Hi there, sports fans. This is Play Try TV, and I'm Kinita Henson.
And this is Diane. We have another exciting episode for you today. We hope you're going to enjoy. Our topic for today is swimming, world-class swimming, and we're very excited to introduce our guests who are making time for us. This is like amazing news that has just happened. We are talking about the inclusion of a world-class Olympic medalist to our national swimming team. So here with us is Miss Kayla Sanchez. Hi, Kayla.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Beside her, of course, the head of the Philippine swimming, none other than Lani Velasco. Hi, Lani.
Hi, Dan.
Hi there, guys.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we have so much to talk about where the background of Kayla and everything. This is all super exciting. So, again,
And
we hope
before
you're going
we
to
go
join
on-
us for the next 20 minutes.
Before we go on, we'd like to invite all of you viewers to like and subscribe, Play It Right TV, and hit that bell button so you get notified for any new content that we have. Okay, Diane, let's go with the questions.
All right. So, first, Kayla, you've been all over the news. You're the newest member of our national swimming team. You used to compete, of course, for Canada, but you are pure Pinay. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we have to ask you off the bat, what led to your decision to ask for a release from the Canada swimming and now begin to swim for the Philippines?
Yes, I've always been a proud Filipino, and I had a lot to learn and a great environment in Canada. But now I've acquired so many skills that I'm confident to bring to the Philippines, to be able to start a new culture here and to help Filipinos believe that they can succeed on the world stage.
Nice.
Kayla, as far as your Filipino roots are concerned, we know that your father, Noel, is from Mabalacat in Pampanga. Your mother, Susana, is from Baguio. She's a nurse. You were born in Singapore, but you went over to Canada at a very young age, 1 year old. And then how did this love for swimming develop, and also your attachment to your Filipino roots?
So yes, and I was born in 2001 in Singapore. My family migrated to Canada in 2003. I started to swim. My parents enrolled me in community swimming when I was about 4 years old. It was just an activity, something to do every week. And I started to get better. I kept progressing. And slowly, once I was about 12 or 13 years old, I realized it was a sport for me. I loved the competition. I loved swimming. And it was just something I wanted to pursue. In terms of my Filipino roots, I understand Tagalog. My parents and my tita always spoke Tagalog to me. I'm
Yay.
that. So now that I'm here in the Philippines, there's really, I feel like I'm at home and I'm super comfortable, and I'm slowly starting to learn to be fluent in Tagalog. That's my goal. And love Filipino food. All in all, I'm just super excited to be here.
Nice. And Lani? Well, of course, the credentials of Kayla are incredible. I've just been going through them. So many medals in the World Junior Championships in Canada, Commonwealth Games, medals, Pan-Pacific Championships, World Athletic Championships, World Aquatic Championships, Tokyo 2021 Olympics. She got a silver in the 4x100 freestyle relay and a bronze in the 4x100 medley. World Championships, gold medals. Oh my gosh, like it's a super long list. So how did you meet? How did you connect and make this happen?
Well, it really started in 2017 during the FINA Junior Worlds in Indianapolis, wherein I met Kyla's dad, and that was the beginning. We would be exchanging emails. We would be talking to each other until finally, early last year, it got serious. And right before Budapest, which happened just last month, he emailed me and he said, "While you're in Budapest, might as well talk to Kayla, because the decision, of course, lies on her. She makes the final decision." So yes, we met up in Budapest, and that was it. We both cried.
Sweet, sweet.
Lani,
Nice.
was it difficult to convince Kayla, or did it just happen automatically, spontaneously?
She's laughing. She's laughing. Well, today, just before this meeting, we were having this conversation, and she said it took her a long time waiting for this movie to come out. And I said, well, it took me a long time waiting for you to say yes to change nationality. So no, she really went through the process. And Kayla, being, the kind of person she is, she had to fulfill her commitment with Canada. And I believe that, I think this is the right time. I think she did mention that this is the right time for her. It was her own decision to transfer. I don't think I had anything to do with it, right? just you alone.
I saw the write up on Canada swimming. It was actually so beautiful. I found it so amazing how they're losing a gem, but they were saying that we really wish her all the best for the Philippines. I find that so amazing. So now that this has happened, what is the plan for Kayla? She going to be based here, and what's next to come?
Diane, let me just add, no. Swim Canada just sent me an email last night, and they said for us to take care of Kayla, and they really love her in Canada. So our plans for her right now, she's going to have to be here for 12 months, residency. And we have a foreign coach together with her coach who will be assisting her once in a while. We do have a foreign coach coming in who is going to start working on our grassroots programs. And together with that, we'll be working with Kayla.
Nice. Wait, sorry. You mean did you say she's bringing her personal coach? Is her personal from Canada, you mean?
No, PSI is lucky to have Luca Gabrielo as our high performance consultant coach. But he will personally, he's going to be Kayla's coach. Yes, looking at Kayla and preparing Kayla for the 2024 Paris.
Wow.
Together with our coaches.
Well, Lani, you mentioned the 1-year residency that she'll establish in the Philippines, living here for 12 months. We understand that there is a 3-year residency requirement for eligibility to the Olympic Games, but that may be arranged, that may be reduced. 1 year will be for the Worlds, maybe 3 years for the Olympics, but maybe with your representation with FINA and the backing of the Canada Swimming Organization, maybe we can have Kayla eligible for the Philippines in the coming Paris Olympics?
So, Tinito, before we announced to everyone that Kayla was going to change sports nationality, all this we had already communicated with FINA, and which is why right after Budapest, we brought her over so that her 12 months can start. And yes, there is a big possibility. We are planning, well, FINA is aware that we want her to compete in 2024 Paris. So we'll just have to follow all the rules, FINA rules and the IOC rules.
So it's not sort of approved yet, or you expect it to be approved?
We expect it to be approved.
Yes, all right.
All the paperwork are there. We have done everything. So let's just wait 12 months.
Well, you know,
Well,
we've
Kayla,
never won a medal in the Olympics. But I was just looking back. We've never won pala a swimming medal in the Olympics, no?
no, I think we did. We did
We
with your, yeah,
yes.
in Ildefonso. He
Oh,
won a bronze
Teofilo
medal.
Ildefonso.
Yes, so way back in the 1920s, we did win some swimming bronze medals. We
Babae
won
rin,
two
meron?
bronze medals. I beg
Girls,
your pardon?
meron.
Oh,
Never,
girls,
never.
Has there been any female swimmer who was won a medal in the Olympics?
no,
No,
no.
Not
not from
yet.
the Philippines. Not from the Philippines. But Kayla, again, talking about performance and medals, you've won medals in relay. How do you think you'll do in the individual events? Because I imagine that's where you're going to be competing for the Philippines.
Yes. So um, I've had so much experience on the world stage, and I've been lucky enough to win medals at these big international meets. And I'm eternally grateful for my teammates who have been with me on those relays. They've really opened my eyes to this high performance sport, and I've led off most of those relays. I've had that role where I have a flat start, and I've learned so much, and they've really pushed me to believe that I can lead off those relays and have us in a good position to medal. So now that I'm with the Philippines and I have this opportunity to race and focus on myself as well, it's pretty exciting. I think I get to try new things that I haven't had the opportunity to yet in Canada. Maybe I'll race more backstroke here, and
Mm.
I'm excited to grow as my own swimmer and self here in the Philippines.
So where will you be based? Are you going to be based there at the New Clark City? Is that where you're going to do your training, or will you be Manila based?
So I don't think I will be based here in New Clark. I will be based in Manila, and I'll be able to come here to New Clark for camps or whenever works pretty much.
Okay.
Kayla, during the pandemic, a lot of sports were at a standstill. And I don't know how your training went during the pandemic, especially at the height of the pandemic. But during that time, were you able to internalize Filipino cultures? Did you think about what was going on in the Philippines? And did that also play a role in you eventually deciding to swim for the Philippines?
Um, were there any specific events that were happening in the Philippines during the pandemic, or do you mean more so it gave me time to kind of immerse myself more in my culture?
I think that your time
Yes.
in immersing in your culture.
Yeah, it gave me more time to spend time with my family, eat Filipino foods. My dad loves to cook. It's always been on my mind being able to represent the Philippines. It's a part of my heritage, and making Filipinos proud in Canada was always a huge goal of mine. So to be able to come to the Philippines actually and be here it's a dream come true. I love new adventures, and I'm so open to living here for a year and seeing where that will take me.
Knowing how tough it is to win a medal in even the Southeast Asian Games in swimming, okay, and you've won so many medals in World Championships and the Olympics. I'm really curious to ask you how you obviously devoted an enormous lot of time in the pool, training in a very high level way in Canada. Can you share with us, like, of course, when you were just starting, you were four, it was just for fun. But later on, when it was really serious and you were with the Canada team, can you tell us what your day was like and how you managed with school?
Yes, so I was lucky enough to join the High Performance Center of Ontario after the Rio Olympics. So
Mm-hmm.
I was in a group with very prestigious people. I was intimidated. I was so scared. But I felt in myself that I needed to prove that I could train with these swimmers and be in this group. So I observed. I made sure I
Mm-hmm.
was doing everything properly. Technique is very important. dry land and in the pool. And I learned so much from my teammates, and they pushed me to train harder. And we also swam relatively the same events. We were a sprint freestyle woman-based kind of program. So I was able to kind of learn what sprint required and my strengths and how I could implement my strengths into sprinting, which was really lucky. A typical day, I swam 9 times a week. So on a double, on a Monday, I would have training at 7:45 in the morning. We'd be done between 10:30 and 11. We then have a break, and then we come back. We have weights at 3:30 till 4:30. Then we swim from 4:30 till about 7 p.m. And before every swim session, if we don't have weights, we have a pre-pool routine that usually takes about 30 minutes. And every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we also have a 45-minute dry land core circuit. And it was difficult at first, but once I got the routine of things, I was in that program for six years. So by the end of it, it was just, I don't know, I just go in and do it. It was routine. And yeah, with
Incredible.
school, I mainly had to be online because of the training times. I wasn't able to do full-time school all the time, especially in the beginning, but I made it work, and I had teammates who were also doing school, which made it easier.
Kayla, Lani sent us pictures of you at the pool talking to our young swimmers. And how important is that role going to be for you to be an inspiration to our Filipino young aspirant swimmers?
A lot of people have been asking me how the pressure is going to be for winning medals for the Philippines, but I think that I'm used to, the internal, external pressures of competing on the world stage. However, the pressure I feel is to be able to connect with the young swimmers here and to be able to inspire them, because I truly want them to believe that they can swim and that they can be strong and that they can do great things or just do what they love. And I put a great pressure on myself in that case.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 7-8 hours of training a day, right? If I can summarize what you just said. And I mean, I know, like me, I swim for 30 minutes and I get super hungry after. So I know you. I'm thinking of, yeah, you must consume a lot of calories as well. But yeah, Lani, what events do you think Kayla will be competing in? And what would be, I don't know if it's too early to ask, but what would be her first competition for the Philippines?
Actually, when it's event, it's not me, no. It'll be up to her. But she has spoken to our national coach and our high performance coach. So they've been communicating. Our goal is for Kayla to participate in the FINA Worlds in Fukuoka, which will be happening in July 15th to the 21st, 2023. So that will be the first major event representing the country.
Wow, we're all looking forward to that. Kayla, I also wanted to ask you about the Filipino values that you regard highly. Growing up, what did you learn from your parents? And, I have to ask this very traditional question. You have to tell us what Filipino foods you like to eat, too.
Okay. I learned from my parents to be very hardworking. My parents worked a lot, and in that way I felt that I needed to work hard for them too. They were also a big part of the decision for me moving to the Philippines. I really want to represent their country and to make them proud, so that was one part. And I also learned to have fun and to enjoy company, especially with family. I love spending time with them. And yeah, my favorite Filipino foods. I eat sinigang. Oh my gosh. Adobo, pancit, longganisa. There's so many. Lumpia is also a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, there's tons. And my dad loves to cook. He used to cook, and he would always make me these foods, and I'd be eating them all the time.
Just to
Are
follow
you
up, Ms. Kyla, what are the occupations of your parents? I understand your mother is a nurse, and your father.
Yes. I actually don't know what my dad does. He works with a car company.
Okay,
That's
awesome.
always a joke. My friends always ask, and I say I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah.
so are your parents moving back here as well, or are they staying in Canada? Or
My
and
parents will be in Canada, and they will come to visit.
and do you have other siblings who are also swimmers, or are you an only child?
I have a little sister. She's 11, and she's started swim lessons. I don't think she
Wow.
enjoys it that much, but yeah, she'll find her hobby.
Oh, okay.
She has
So,
uncles and aunts
huh?
living here. She has uncles and aunts living here, right? You're
Mhm.
Where's
in
what's gonna be her resident pool, her home pool here, Lani?
Well, for now, she'll be in Manila. So it'll be Rizal and Ultra.
Rizal
And
and
then
Ultra. Okay.
we'll be taking her here in BCDA and New Clark on weekends and when her foreign coach is here.
Lanny,
Kinito.
over the last two Southeast Asian Games, we won a gold in 2019. We also won a gold in 2021. So it looks like there's a good trend. We're starting to
Yes.
feel comfortable getting golds, Lani. I think with your leadership and your vision, Philippine swimming is really looking good. And now with your new acquisition, Kyla, I think we're even going to look better. Um, what drives you, Lani, to think about all these things to keep our swim program moving?
Well, Kinito, when I started volunteering with PSI, I volunteered because I wanted to uplift the standards of Philippine swimming. To me, I am a swim mom who only wants to make sure that our swimmers perform. Our swimmers are given the best facilities, and our coaches are given experienced mentorship by foreign coaches. So what drives me, in what I'm doing, is seeing all our swimmers, making them happy and making sure that whatever it is that they're doing is being noticed. And I'm happy, we're all happy that we now have Kyla to inspire all our grassroots swimmers.
No, very well said. Diane, maybe our last questions?
Well, there's so many swimming parents here who dream of their kids really reaching or attaining what you have, and it's super tough. I wanted to ask finally, how much of a factor was the support of your parents, and how much did they have to sacrifice for you to be able to do what you wanted to do? Like, what was that like?
Mhm. Before I could drive, my parents were the ones who were driving me to my 5:30 a.m. practices. And even after I learned how to drive, they were the ones who were emotionally supporting me. Swimming and sport is a very emotionally taxing, but it's all worth for the highs and the lows. And they would cook for me. They were always someone that I could talk to outside of sport, which is sometimes what athletes need. They need someone to listen from a different perspective. And at the end of the day, they were always there to listen to me, even if they truly didn't understand what was happening. And I'm forever grateful to them for that. At the end of the day as well, they are also just on my side at all times. So again, something that an athlete needs in their corner.
Well, my last two questions for you, Kyla, would be number one, what about your studies? Will you continue to do maybe online studies is it the University of British Columbia where you're enrolled? Okay, and then so you'll do online studies with the university while you're here. And my second question and my last question will be, what about your boyfriend Yuri? Is he going to be?
Oh, you know Yuri?
He knows Yuri.
Is he going to
Yes.
be a? Is he going to be a naturalized Filipino so he can swim for us too? Tell us, Kayla.
So he's also on the Canadian national team. He's never been to the Philippines. Before I'd even gone through the process of switching my nationality, we were planning our trip to come here after the Olympic Games. And I'm so sad it didn't happen. But yeah, he'll come to visit. I made him promise me that he'll come visit and maybe swim here with me while he's here. But yeah, that's so funny you asked. I wasn't expecting.
I didn't say anything.
And your online activities, will you be doing online classes for University of British Columbia?
Yes. So once I'm settled and I figured out my routine here, I will definitely make time for my online studies.
Okay.
Nice. Well, thank you for choosing
Thanks
to
very
be
much.
representing the Philippines. I'm so excited to watch you swim. I have to watch you swim. I'm sure you have beautiful strokes. I could search it, pala, but still, to be able to see you swim live is something that I hope to do, Lani.
Well,
Yes, yes.
we're
Yes,
certainly
yeah.
very proud of you. We're very proud of not just Kayla, but also Lani for what you've done for Philippine swimming. This is a brand new chapter that you're opening and gives us a lot of opportunities, not just to win medals, but as Kayla said, to inspire our young swimmers that they can do it. If they believe, they can do it, and it's all going to be for our country. Lani, maybe a few last words from you.
Few last words. Well, you know, we're really happy to have Kyla here. We're excited. We're Philippine swimming is, we're on our way. We're on our way up, right? And there's no from here on. It's all about good news, positivity for the Philippines, and hopefully, Kyla, representing the Philippines, she'll inspire all our grassroots swimmers and convince other swimmers living in other countries who has Filipino blood to come and represent our country too.
Nice. Just an add-on question to your, in terms of rank of rating, what's your favorite stroke? Like what's your freestyle first, I think, because you're always in the freestyle relay, or no?
Freestyle first.
Okay.
Diane, she's an all-around, she can do all four.
Yeah,
how
because
good-
she won in the medley, diba?
Four, yeah.
When she said you want to do more back individual?
Sorry again.
You want to do more individual races like in back, you were saying earlier?
I think so. I think I'll have more chances here to swim different events and to try new things. So we'll maybe try backstroke. I still have yet to talk to my coaches, but yeah, they're all open. So we'll see.
Okay, great.
Well, thanks very much again.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for.
We're so proud. We're so proud of both of you. Bye
Thank
and
you.
thank you.
Bye.
Till next time.
Well, that's it, Diane. What a wonderful conversation we had, not just with Kayla, but also with Lani Velasco, who's done so much to open up new chapters and new pathways for the Philippines in the world of swimming.
Yeah, I remember we'd speak to her often in Tokyo, and she's always very passionate, always very dedicated, right, to her swimmers, always thinking of ways to make them better. Swimming is one of the toughest sports ever. As you know, it's time-based and there's really no let up. The dedication to be a high-level swimmer is incredible. So for her to say kanina na she just did it, because it was already part of her, it was already routine, tells you that she's in that zone where real champions in swimming have gone and have taken that higher road and that very, very difficult road to be able to achieve what she has. And what I really like about her also, Kenito, is that she is just like she's just so excited to do things for the Philippines, right? Which to me is like, wow, I love hearing it. So hope we can get to meet her soon. So thank you
Well,
again.
Kyla really spoke from the heart. And I think all of our viewers on Play It Right TV, you're going to be treated to a lot more of these heart-rending, heartwarming stories of our athletes. And again, if you'd care to, please like and subscribe, Play It Right TV, and hit that bell button so you get notified every time we have new episodes, we have new content for you. And Diane, I'm sure we also want to thank our sponsor.
Yeah, we want to thank our sponsor. But before that, also, aside from our YouTube channel, we also have our social media pages. So we want to invite you to check them out: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course. And this is our sister company website, playitright.com, where they have really high quality sports products, incredible brands like Asics, Molton, Mueller, you name it, they've got it. They've always got deals, promos, and once you get started, for sure, you're going to want to go back to them. So that's playitright.com. And thank you for joining us here on Play It Right TV. Until the next time, I'm Diane Castillejo.
Kinito Henson, thank you. We're always on Play It Right TV.
Bye. Next time.